Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to make some redbud jelly, some lilac jelly, and I'm actually making some more wild violet jelly as well. I'm not quite exactly sure how I'm going to do it all today because the redbud jelly is supposed to set in the fridge to steep for 24 hours. So I think I might just do it how I did the violet jelly, where I just wait for it to cool. I waited for the violet jelly overnight because it was really late when I started. But as long as it's cooled, I would think that'd be okay, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, we're going to make some violet jelly first. I'm not going to show you guys all of that because we already did that in the last video. And then I'll show you guys how to make the lilac because the lilac only has to steep for 10 minutes. And we might have to come back tomorrow for the redbud. But yeah, I have some jars set out right now. I have some more jars sitting right there if I need them. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get our lilac jelly steeping before I start working on the violet jelly that I'm making today. And we went out and picked some lilacs. And this is 4 cups. And the recipe calls for 4 cups. Our lilacs are just now blooming, so that was helpful. I had just enough. And I didn't show you guys how to take these off the stems, so I kept a couple out like this. And literally all you do is just pull the flower off the stem. It's not hard. And if there's a little bit of the green stuff in there, that's okay too. So we're just gonna pull these off like this because we just want the flowers. And then we're going to boil some water and put it over these. So for this recipe, you need 4 cups of lilac flowers, 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons lemon juice, 4 cups of sugar, and 1 box of pectin. The recipe did say that if you wanted to do less sugar, which would yield less jelly in the end, that you could. You just needed to use the pectin that's for low sugar jellies, which is in the pink box, I believe. So yes, I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to boil 4 cups of water. Okay guys, so I've got our 4 cups of water on the stove to boil for our lilac tea. This is about 4 cups of lilacs, and once this is boiling, we're going to pour it on here, put the lid on this bowl, and let it steep for 10 minutes. Okay guys, so now our water is boiling. I'm going to pour it over this. Okay, now that the water is in here, we're going to put this lid on here and let it steep for 10 minutes. Okay guys, so while I have the water on to boil for the redbud jelly, I did go ahead and take our redbuds and I rinsed them. They're soaking right now. And I did this to the lilacs too, but I forgot to film it. So here we go. This is just to make sure you got all the bugs off, and we're going to strain this out anyway. So it does matter, but this is just like to make sure they're clean. Okay guys, I've strained the water out of the petals here, and now our water's boiling, so I'm going to pour our water over our redbuds. And now we're going to allow them to steep on the counter for 2 hours and then put them in the fridge until it's cooled completely. Okay guys, now that our lilacs have steeped, I'm going to run them through a strainer with a coffee filter in it, just to make sure we get all the bits and bobs out. And they kind of smell bad, I'm not going to lie. Get my scraper. Just going to scrape all my flowers into here and kind of press them down to make sure we got all the water out. Because really what makes the jelly is the water. The flavor just comes from the infused water. Okay. See what I mean? We want all that water out of there. Okay. now I'm going to use this other pot over here. We're going to dump our tea into that pot. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to move this pot up here because I've already been using this burner, and we're going to bring this to a boil. While this comes to a boil, we're going to add our lemon juice. We need one. Oh my gosh. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Hold on. The pink is where the lemon juice has been. Okay, I'm going to add another tablespoon of lemon juice, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. Okay guys, so now this is starting to boil, and we're going to add our pectin, and we're going to stir in our pectin and let it come back up to a boil. Okay guys, we brought our pectin up to a boil for 1 minute, and then I think I wasn't very clear on that. So we brought our pectin back up to a boil for 1 minute, and then we added the sugar, and we're bringing it back up to a boil again for 1 minute. Okay guys, our sugar mixture has come up to a boil, and I'm boiling it for hard for 1 minute, and then we'll take it off the heat and we'll fill our jars. Okay, so now we're gonna wipe our rims, and we'll add the flats and rings to it. And then we're gonna water bath can them. We'll water bath can these ones for 6 minutes, and I'll have to look up how much for those minutes, but I think it's 15 minutes. So I'll see you when I'm loading them into the canner. Okay guys, so this water bath canner has been going for 3 minutes. It's going to go for another 3 minutes. But I wanted to explain that you need to look up whether it's your canner. Usually your canner comes with like a guide. I don't know what I'm trying to say. A manual. It comes with a manual. So anyway, you need to look up how long the water bath can thinks for your elevation. For my elevation, which is 1,500 feet, it's going to be 6 minutes for quarter pints, and I still need to look up how much it is for regular pints. I think it's 12 or 15 minutes. But so for quarter pints, it's 5 minutes. If you're under 1,000 feet, if you're over 1,000 feet, you add a minute per 1,000 feet you are over. So I think we're setting about 1,500 feet, so we're doing it for 6 minutes for quarter pints. So you can just put that into Google and say, hey Google, how long do I need to water bath can quarter pints of jelly? And it'll tell you that, and then you're going to want to look up your elevation. Or you can say, how long do I water bath can quarter pints of jelly at 1,500 feet elevation, or in my city. So yeah, it's pretty easy, but we're going to do 6 minutes for these, and then I'm just going to take them right out. I know some people like to let them sit and their water to come down in temperature, but I find that does not help mine seal. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it doesn't seal as well if I let it come down in heat. So I just pull them out, set them there, and I pretty much have a 100% success rate with that. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay guys, I'm going to take these out now, and then we're going to load up our next thing. I'm going to pull this off the water, or off the heat, so it doesn't bubble up on me. And you can just, if you're worried about burning your fingers, which I should have been worried about that, just use pot holders. You're going to want to make sure that you put these on a tea towel. I don't know why, because otherwise they'll break, is what I was told. And I have more jars to go in here, so I'm just gonna put them, reload the canner, and run it again. Hi guys, it's the same day. I looked up a little bit more on the Redbud jam, and I found a couple recipes that don't steep them for 24 hours. They just steep them for a couple hours. It's been, I think, 7 hours now, almost. 5. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. Either way, though, I'm done steeping these. Almost all the color is gone. This kind of stinks too. Kind of weird that they smell so bad. But anyway, I'm going to strain this out. Then we're going to put it on the stove to boil, add our lemon juice, add our pectin, and get going. It's pretty much the same exact process as both the lilac and the violets. So here we go. And again, I'm just going to use a big spoon because my measuring spoons are in the dishwasher. Okay, there's two. I don't think this one changed the color like the other ones did, but maybe it did. The water, the tea was already brown, and then I'm using a brown bottom pan, so it probably doesn't help us see it. But we're going to go ahead and get this on to boil. I'll read this real quick. Bring tea to a boil, add pectin, then boil hard for 1 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pectin. Okay guys, I have added my pectin. It is at a rolling boil. I'm going to stir it while it counts down from a minute. And then I'm going to add my sugar, and it's 4 cups of sugar. And then we'll bring it back up to a boil. Okay, now we're going to stir in the sugar and then let it come back up to a boil and boil hard for another minute. Oh, we're going to boil it for 2 minutes. And while we let this come to a boil, I'm going to heat up my jars. Okay guys, I'm going to fill my jars. Hopefully I have enough jars. If not, we'll find some. There's a couple somewhere, I'm sure. This one is a very red, which makes sense since they're actually red, not purple. Or they're actually redbud, right? Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Now this started off brown, and I thought that the color wasn't changing, but it did. Okay, I guess the microphone's quit working, so sorry. I'm going to clean the rims. Okay, now we're going to add the rims. I think so. Didn't end up using this one. Okay, now I'm going to load my canner, and we're just going to process these for 12 minutes because that's how long we process half pints. I'm pretty sure. And which is fine. You can do that. If you're processing 2 different size jars, you just process for the longer time. We're going to wait for this to come up to a boil. It's already warm. Warm jars, warm contents, warm water. Gonna let it come up to a boil, process for 12 minutes in the water bath, pull it out, and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, so we ended up with 2, 4, 6 quarter pints, 2 half pints of the lilac, and then we ended up with 5 quarter pints and 3 half pints of the redbud jelly. I haven't tried this since it's set up, but when I did try it, kind of tastes like a red Jolly Rancher, so I kind of hope it still tastes like that. And then the lilac jelly honestly tastes pretty much exactly the same as the violet jelly, but I did like the violet just slightly more, even though again they're like pretty much the same. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that all of this made sense. It's basically exactly the same as the violet jelly. So if you got confused, go watch the violet jelly one. It's the same thing. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.